An investigation is underway after a high school shooting in Colorado. This happened just before 12:30, Evergreen High School, about 30 miles southwest of Denver. Police say the gunman, who was also a student, used a revolver in the attack. 2 other students were injured in the gunfire. One of them remains in critical condition. Police say that the shooter took their own life. Motive for the shooting, what led up to the attack, whether the victims and the suspect knew each other, all unclear at this time. In our top story, bottom of the hour, the manhunt continues this morning for the gunman who killed conservative activist Kirk. Investigators say that the Turning Point USA CEO was shot by a single bullet from a nearby rooftop in a targeted attack.
That's right. And at one point, 2 different people of interest were detained, but both have been released. It all happened at Utah Valley University yesterday afternoon. Kirk was hosting a debate, and it was a Q&A as well on campus there. So you can see hundreds of folks were attending, and then eventually running and panicking after they witnessed Kirk being shot in the neck. Now, we have learned that 6 officers were working the event alongside Kirk's own security detail. The university says the campus will be closed until Monday. Meantime, the FBI is urging the public to come forward with information on the shooter.
Well, the shooting of 31-year-old father of 2 sending shockwaves across the nation, especially right here in Arizona. Kirk's family home is here in Arizona. His organization is headquartered in Phoenix. Mourners gathered across the valley last night, including Desert Horizon Park in Scottsdale, and at a vigil at Gilbert Regional Park, also at the Turning Point USA headquarters, which is where Danielle Miller joins us live this morning. Good morning, Danielle.
Yeah, good morning. As you can imagine, a very emotional day here yesterday and now into the very early morning hours. There is a growing memorial outside the Turning Point headquarters. There is flowers, there's candles, there's photos of Charlie. So very emotional, with many people filling in and out to pay their respects to the organization's co-founder. The 31-year-old was a prominent voice to young conservative voters. Charlie Kirk co-founded Turning Point back in 2012 and made a name for himself as a backer of President Donald Trump during his first campaign in 2016. He held many discussions on college campuses like the one in Utah yesterday, taking questions from everyone, no matter their political views.
He meant a lot, not just to me, but to my generation, to the younger generation, to the younger generation starting to get into politics and starting to vote.
Charlie's message was all about faith and belief and patriotism.
And Turning Point USA posted a statement on X that reads in part, "Is with heavy heart that we confirm that Charles James Kirk has been murdered by a gunshot that took place during Turning Point USA's The American Comeback Tour campus event at the Utah Valley University on September 10th, 2025. We ask that everyone keep his family and loved ones in your prayers. Kirk leaves behind his wife and 2 young children." For anybody who plans to come by here, the road was blocked off yesterday, but it is no longer blocked off. The parking lot to the entrance here is still blocked at this time. We'll send it back to you guys.
Thank you, Danielle. Appreciate it. An increase in political violence was top of mind for Arizona Senator Mark Kelly. He discussed the issue, condemning the attack. Take a listen.
Just another horrible act of political violence that has no place in our country.
And Fox 10 spoke with newscaster turned politician Kari Lake, a personal friend of Kirk and his family. She says despite being much younger, Kirk became a big mentor when she got into politics.
Personally, struggling with this. I talked to my daughter who worked with Charlie. She used to go to these events like you saw on the campus today before the shooting, the assassination, and we cried together as a family. We got down on our knees and prayed that we could possibly get a miracle and see that Charlie was saved, but it didn't turn out that way. And Charlie was a dear friend. We got to know each other over politics. I leaned on him. He was 25 years younger than me, and I leaned on him for political advice. I'm struggling with it. I'm praying for Erica and their beautiful 2 children that will never get a chance to hug their father again. It breaks my heart.
Also reacting to Charlie Kirk's assassination, Arizona Governor Katie Hobbs, in a statement she said in part, "I am saddened for Charlie's family, friends, and Arizonans as they mourn his loss, and I am saddened for our country as our politics have descended into horrific violence. This tragedy is not about who Charlie Kirk supported politically. It is about the devastating loss of a father, a neighbor, and an Arizonan who called this state home and whose life was cut short by senseless violence."